Back in the book segment tonight, the U.S. government is offering bonuses of up to $150,000 for special operation troops who agree to stay in the military for an extended period of time. Those bonuses are the largest ever paid to enlisted troops. Some receiving those bonuses will be Navy SEALs, the elite special force who are now fighting terrorism not only on the sea, but just about everywhere. The SEALs also are on a recruitment track. And joining us from San Diego, Chief Petty Officer Sajnog, who's been a SEAL for 10 years. All right, I want to be in the SEALs. So I go down there to San Diego, to Coronado, where you guys are based. I get the little trident, and what do I have to do? First day, I'm in there, what do I do?
Well, Bill, you don't start off with the trident. The trident has to be earned. But you're going to join up with the class, and you're going to do everything for 6 months with that class to become a SEAL. So you're going to be doing physical evolutions every day. You're also going to be doing some classroom work, but this classroom, they're not typical classrooms. You're going to be learning SEAL skills and tactics in those classrooms. And you're also going to have to be running back and forth to chow, 3 meals a day. And a lot of people don't take that into account. That's a lot of physical activity that they really need to be ready for if they want to make it through training.
All right, so you better show up in shape is what you're telling me here, Chief, correct?
Exactly. That's one of the biggest problems we've had in the past, is people not knowing what to expect when they show up to training. And that's what we're trying to do, is get that word out and let people know what type of shape you need to be in, what to expect, so we can have, a successful people
out of every 10 Americans who want to be Navy SEALs, out of every 10, how many make it?
10 people wanting to go to training, probably one of them will actually become a SEAL.
All right, so 1 out of 10 is, right, 1 out of 10. Now I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Right. How much sleep am I going to get a night in Navy SEAL training? How much sleep am I going to get?
Well, Bill, it's going to vary. We have different days where sometimes you're going to do night evolutions. Some days you're going to have to wake up earlier than others. But we understand that to train people as hard as we do, you need to get sleep. But then there's different times, like Hell Week, where you're going to get very little sleep throughout the night. And you have to be prepared and be organized. And that's part of the thing we teach, is getting people to that point where they can organize themselves so they can get the sleep they need.
How much pain is there going to be in the training, physical pain?
Well, there's going to be a lot of challenges. That's one of the things with SEAL training. We're never going to make training any easier. We're always going to keep the standards the way we have them. So every day is a challenge. We have a saying in training, it's the only easy day was yesterday. And every day is going to be a challenge for these guys. And even for the star athletes showing up to training, it's going to be hard for them. Everyone's going to be challenged and pushed past their limits, so we can find out if they have what it takes to be one of the Navy SEALs.
Now, mentally is just as important as physically in the SEALs, the discipline aspect. How do you teach that?
Well, mentally, what we do, like I said, we have the classroom things that we have to teach, and we test guys before they come in. They have to take what's called the ASVAB test, and you have to have a certain level of mental skill to be able to join the SEALs. But the main thing you need to make it through training is the desire to make it through training, and that's something we can't teach. We can get a guy to run, we can get him to swim, but we can't give that guy the desire to finish training. And if you want to make it through training, you have to start knowing you're going to make it through training. It's not something you just try out and say, I'll give it a shot and see if I can make it through.
All right, so you have to be, no matter what you throw at these guys, they have to be able to take it. And no matter how hard it is, running miles and miles, swimming miles and miles, holding your breath, all of that, you just have to keep going.
Exactly. It's perseverance.
And that's what it takes to be a Navy SEAL. Perhaps the most